Coming up on The Shield, students react after this weekend's SourceDoc.
And the university gets ready for a much-anticipated Communiversity Day event.
I'm meteorologist Lisa Meadows. We're all looking forward to their very first Communiversity Day coming up this Saturday, but there is the possibility that some rain could be ruining some of those outdoor festivities. I'll have some more details coming up in my full forecast.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of The Shield. Students have said their final goodbyes to the Old Crusader. I'm Justin Thompson-Gee.
And I'm Lauren Whitney Gotbreath. That story is first here on The Shield. This weekend, the Old Crusader will be replaced by a new, fiercer one. The switch is part of the new brand image put forth by Valparaiso University's Integrated Marketing and Communications. This past week, the Old Crusader walked around the campus cafe to greet students and take photos. Some students are sad to see the Old Crusader go, but are excited for the new fierce image the new one will bring. Tryouts for the new mascot were held this past week. 3 students were chosen to put on the Crusader costume and rally the Valpo community behind the new image. The older-looking Crusader was created to harden the image of the mascot, but now the university is trying to decide ways to soften its image when in the presence of children.
This Saturday, September 18th, kicks off the first annual Communiversity Day. For more on this, we go to Danielle Cicente.
As a new school year begins, Valparaiso University is starting new traditions on campus. Communiversity Day will celebrate these new traditions on Saturday, September 18th. The university's Communiversity Day will honor the relationship between Valpo students and the community. This new annual event will be packed with activities, as Senior Director of Public Relations Dustin Wunderlich explains.
It's going to include the historic first night football game at Brown Field here, as well as a number of other activities. The Day of Caring taking place in the morning, where students will be doing a number of service projects, as well as a theater performance, tailgate barbecue, carnival games, post-game fireworks, and other activities.
The focus of the day's events will be on Valpo's first night football game. The university recently installed new lights at Brown Field. Director of Athletics, Mark LaBarbera, gives details about this historic game.
Athletics, I'd like to think, is kind of playing the lead role because the whole event is built around our first ever home night game on campus, which we're very excited about. Now that we have Brown Field with the lights, we're able to have evening athletic events on campus for the first time ever. So this is kind of a historic event for the university.
During the halftime show, the football game, the new Crusader mascot will be revealed to the fans for the first time. To make this day even more of a historic event, there will be a world record-breaking attempt of a song and dance. Stacy Schur, a sophomore from the IMC Student Division, explains the attempt.
We thought about if we did the karaoke, which would be a world record. We did a little research. Chris Bradley pulled up some facts, and we decided, since we're going to have like 7,000 people at this football game, why not try to do it there? So we picked a song, we got the Jumbotron, and it'll be projected on there.
Communiversity Day will be a historic day filled with activities and excitement for alumni, members of the community, as well as Valpo students.
We really want to change the experience of going to Valpo, and with the whole IMC things, with the branding and the logo, we're just trying to put it all into effect with the football game. And so getting everyone there, getting everyone so excited and doing fun things like this will make people want to come back and make sure that everyone has a great time here at Valpo.
For more information on Communiversity Day, please log on to valpo.edu/communiversity. For The Shield, I'm Danielle Cicente.
Communiversity Day isn't the only community bonding time Valparaiso is having. On Saturday, the city of Valparaiso held the annual Popcorn Festival. Although plagued by dreary conditions, including rain, the Popcorn Festival continued on and was a success as usual. Valpo Rec Sports helped out with the Popcorn Panic 5-mile run, handing out water. Many of those students returned to campus with soaked clothes. Luckily, the weather improved a little after noon, and students were able to enjoy the rest of the festival.
Every fall semester, Valparaiso University students get to look forward to one of the biggest campus events of the year, SourceStock.
Every fall semester, Valparaiso University students get to look forward to one of the biggest campus events of the year, SourceStock. SourceStock is an annual concert held by WVUR that's free for all Valpo students. This year, SourceStock featured the Bradenton, Florida band, We the Kings. We got a chance to sit down with the 3 performing acts this year, Dreamzoo University, Mine All Mine, and headlining band We the Kings. Lead singer Travis Clark tells us some of his personal musical influences. The Gin Blossoms and Green Day are at the top of the list. More than 1,000 people packed the Athletic Recreation Center to see We the Kings this year. But before the band took the stage, they warmed up with a good game of racquetball against some of WVUR's finest. Reporting for The Shield, I'm Thomas Patrick.
Thanks, Thomas. Saturday was a busy day for the city of Valparaiso, and if Popcorn Fest and SourceStock weren't enough, on Friday evening, students began to see hot air balloons rise into the sky. The balloons continued to rise the next morning and throughout the day on Saturday. The site was not a random event, but in direct association with the Kiwanis Club of Valparaiso's Hot Air Balloon Fest. Attendees were even able to have a balloon ride for only a small cost.
Student organizations began to show new freshmen what they're capable of. Many groups put on shows and other activities to gain interest in their respective niches. VooVox held their opening concert last week, and Voodoo wowed audiences once again with their improv comedy. Both groups have been looking forward to new students, especially freshmen, to join their ranks and bring fresh insight.
The Valpo Cup began on Sunday and is in the middle of competition. For more on this new event, we go to The Shield's Haley Just.
Amidst the roar of vuvuzelas on campus, the Integrated Marketing Student Division has been hard at work creating a week worth of competitions for the first annual Valpo Cup. The event pits teams against each other in college-themed challenges. The coordinators, led by Zach Phillips, hope the event will be well received.
The perception of fun on campus for students outside of the Valparaiso community was really low, like a 2 out of 5 stars. So our main goal was to improve the perception of fun. So we wanted big events that are easily accessible to students. I just want people to enjoy themselves. I want this to be kind of a yearly thing, start a tradition, and I want it to be a big event that people look forward to every year.
With the events all planned, let's meet some of the participants.
A few of my friends organized a team and we're really excited to compete. Just kind of a private group. Most of them are residents of mine when I was their RA last year, so it's kind of a little group that we call the A-team.
We're really active within intramurals and also philanthropies, and we figured that Valpo Cup was a way not only get our name out there, but have our girls involved in the community and in the university. Not only is VU getting a lot of eyesight into the community is looking into VU, so they're getting a lot of publicity on our campus. So I think it's a really good thing for both the community and VU.
The coordinators of the Valpo Cup are excited to introduce the community to VU, but are even more excited to introduce VU to itself.
I feel like the age group from freshman to senior, there is no set age of people that are coming. I feel like it's very diverse, that there's people that are picking teams that are part of WVUR or part of the band or just independents on the same floor. There is no set limit.
The Valpo Cup will be awarded at the football game on Saturday, September 18th as part of Communiversity Day. For The Shield, I'm Haley Just.
Now taking a look outside of Valpo, President Obama has declared the 9/11 anniversary a national day of remembrance and service, and he led by example at serving at a middle school. The president rolled up his sleeves and helped paint walls inside Ron Brown Middle School in Northeast Washington. Also, he marked the 9th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks by holding a moment of silence at the White House at 8:46. That's the time the first plane hit the Twin Towers. and he laid a wreath at the Pentagon where another hijacked plane crashed, killing 184 victims.
The Greek Prime Minister was the target of an angry protester on Saturday. The protester threw his shoe at the Greek Prime Minister as the leader left a trade fair in Thessaloniki. The shoe missed the mark. The protester described the throwing as a political act. Police say he has been released from custody.
Authorities say Justin Forkham and Eric Bishop escaped late Tuesday night in search of meth. Take a look at the hole in the siding that they escaped through. Hours later, officials say they drove back to the jail and set fire to a stolen truck as a diversion. They were busted trying to get back inside. It's believed the men returned to avoid a mandatory 5-year sentence for escaping from jail. The county sheriff hasn't seen anything like it. One of the inmates was due to be released in the next couple of weeks.
Now talk about a bad day for a suburban Atlanta homeowner. An out-of-control driver slammed into the top of this house in Fairburn on Saturday. Check out the gaping hole in the side of it. Police say the driver was speeding down a hill, hit an embankment, and went airborne. That person is suspected of drunken driving. The driver, believe it or not, only received minor injuries from the accident, and no one inside the house was hurt.
One person is feared dead after a river burst its banks near a tiny village on Italy's southern coast. This video shows a massive mudslide rushing down the hills of a trainee. Officials say a 25-year-old woman went missing when the coffee bar where she worked was flooded. The rain has let up, but more is expected in the coming days.
Tempers ran high at one middle school volleyball game in Texas. So high, in fact, officials say one parent actually pulled a gun on the winning team. San Antonio School District officials say witnesses reported the woman confronted the opposing team after the game. They say she threatened to kill the group of 7th graders before taking off. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The incident was caught on surveillance video. Investigators are reviewing the footage. Police interviewed one woman in connection with the confrontation. She denied pulling a gun, but did say she waved her fingers at the players.
A massive manhunt is underway in northern Mexico for 85 inmates who escaped from a prison in the border city of Reynosa. This is Mexico's largest prison break ever. According to a state official, 66 of the fugitives were serving time on federal charges, and the rest were serving for lesser violations. Federal authorities are also involved in the manhunt.
Authorities say a Union Pacific train rear-ended a slower-moving train east of Los Angeles, injuring 2 people. Fire officials say the slower freight train was carrying I-beams that went into the engine of the faster-moving train and trapped the engineer. A surgical team was called in to amputate his arm to free him. Another railroad worker in the train was hospitalized with moderate injuries. Authorities are investigating the cause of the collision.